I do feel sometimes that we find God in our darkest hours.
Yeah.
And I perhaps it's because we look for him more harder in those darkest hours. But I found him in dark hours. And also when God does wonderful things, it's usually against adversity,
Yeah.
you know. I remember you find, I think, you get little things, what I've heard people call God moments. And I remember when I was in hospital once with I was in hospital for a long time when my hip got infected when I had a new hip, and I was in hospital for a long time, and I couldn't walk properly. And then one day, there was a chaplain, the hospital chaplain, came to me and gave me mass, etc., which is really good. Anyway, she'd gone. I didn't know where she was, and I thought, oh, I've got to get up and I've got to move. And they keep telling me I've got to move, I've got to move, I've got to move. Anyway, I got up this walking frame and I managed to get out of bed, and I'm walking down the hospital corridor, and she's in a side room with this old guy. And she said to me, and she said, "Oh, Chris, you're up and about." She shouted through the door, and I said, "Yeah." I said, "I never thought I'd get here, but I have. I've managed to do it. I'm actually managing to do it. I've managed to get down here. It's incredible, you know." And I've moved on and moved back. That's all that happened. And then later on, she nipped into me. She said, "Chris, that was a God moment." She said, "I got this old fella there that got the same problem with you. Had lost completely all hope.
Wow.
Desolation. I might as well die. I'm never going to walk, you know," and all this sort of really down. He said, the next thing that happened is we're saying a prayer for him, and the next thing that happened is you hobbled past the door saying, "I never thought I'd get to this. Now look at me, I'm walking down the hospital. Look how far I've got." She said it was an incredible God moment.
Yeah.
And you can put that down to coincidence if you want. But what I found is there are a lot of coincidences like that.